Hey guys, welcome back. So this art project is a little tiny art project, and this one is a shout out to my buddy Benny. I was on a Zoom this morning and he said he wanted his mom to make something and she had forgotten how to make it. And so he needs my help and Emmeline's help.
Hey!
And we are going to make a fortune teller, right? And a lot of you already know how to make these. Not only can they be a fortune teller, but they could also be a puppet, right? You could put two eyes right here and some teeth, and you could open it like that, and that could be a puppet. Or you can do, I know Miss Fessler calls them cootie catchers, which just cracks me up. So this is our latest, greatest making thing today. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to need is a pencil and some scissors and some pieces of paper. Now this paper can be regular construction paper, it can be notebook paper, it can be copy paper, whatever kind of paper you got. So go get your supplies, and come right back with us. We'll see you in a minute. Guys, so we need our piece of paper. I'm green, Emmeline is yellow, so you can follow along. And the very most important thing, if that makes any sense to you, is this paper's not gonna work. This is a ordinary, I think 8.5 by 11, and this is not gonna work for a fortune teller. We have to make this piece of paper a perfect square. So if you have a piece of paper that's already a perfect square, you're ahead of the game. I don't have a piece of paper that's a perfect square. So we are going to do this. This is one of the most important steps, all right? So the very first thing is we have to make this rectangle into a square. I've turned it the tall building way, all right? But you could turn it this way if you wanted to, it does not matter. Now this part, some of you are going to do with no problem. Some of you might need a parent's help. Watch me, I'm gonna go from the bottom. I'm gonna take this corner and I am going to fold it into a triangle, but here's the most important part. See this corner right here? It's got to be pointy. It can't be like this. See, that's not pointy. You have to match it up and fold it just like that. Match it with the side of the paper, right? Emmeline's doing a really good job. And crease it, right? So if you notice, I'm gonna zoom in on mine. See, now mine's not totally perfect, oops, but it's pretty stinking close, right? So, Emmeline, if you'll scoot your paper over here so everybody can see you do, you can see right there, she's got it as close as she can, and she is smashing it down, all right? Now, smashing it down is really, really important as well, so that we know. Now, this is where a pencil might come in handy. See this line? It's really hard for you to see. But there, when you fold this, you're gonna notice your paper hasn't gone all the way up to the top, right? It's created this line. So I'm going to take my pencil and trace that line perfectly, just like that. All right, and I'm gonna have Emmeline do the same thing. Okay, she's going to almost push her pencil right up against that line. There we go. Yeah, see what Emmeline's done there? If you were to pull this away, see?
That would be a really straight line.
It would be it has to be a really straight line, you're right. So once you have done that, open your paper back up. Now see your line? Oh, and Emmeline's is let's scoot her paper over. Her line is way straighter than mine. You can see I kind of bobbled up a little bit. So go ahead, take your scissors at this point, and you're going to cut right on that line like that. All right, so everybody go ahead and do that first, step one. So we're gonna watch Emmeline cut on her line. And it's okay. It's okay. Get it as close to on that line as possible. If it's a little off, it's not gonna hurt anybody. Perfect. All right, so this long skinny piece of paper, you can save that for something else. Ooh, you could make a bookmark out of it, right? I know a lot of you should be doing a lot of reading. You could use that for a bookmark, right? We don't need it though. We need this square. All right, so let me show you Emmeline. So Emmeline and I both have a perfect square. All right, so make sure you get a square first and we'll go to the next step. All right, guys, we have our perfect square. Let's get to the folding. So very firstest thing is, can you fold it in half in a triangle just like that? Okay, fold it in half like a triangle.
Like the line you already did almost.
Yeah, it's kind of like the line. In fact, there should already be a line there that you already have. Emmeline's got it. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. So you should have a triangle. And I know some of you have studied these shapes. Emmeline, what kind of triangle is this?
This is a really long ways.
A really long ways triangle. Okay, that's not what I was going for,
I
but but that's, I know my older kids know what this triangle is. Okay, now take your triangle. Are you ready for this action? And fold it in half. Points together. This point to this point. Okay? And fold that in half. Make sure it is perfectly folded. Very good, Emmeline. Excellent work. All right. We've done the hard part. Now open her up. When you open it up, we should have 4 equal pieces, right? 4 equal pieces. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can kind of see these lines, right? So for your vision, now if you want to do this, you can. You don't have to. I'm gonna kind of, so that you can see these lines better, I'm gonna do this for the video. Do you need to do this? No. But this is gonna help you guys see those lines because on the video, they're hard to see. All right, so see, you should have those lines on your piece of paper. So if you look at M's, see those lines there, right? They're the exact same lines. Open it up, flatten it out, right? All right, good job, good job. All right, you ready? Now,
Yes.
we're gonna take one corner. In fact, turn yours so it looks like a kite or a diamond sitting in front of you. That's probably the best way to look at it. So let's see. Emmeline, do you have yours? Yes, she does. Okay. So now we're gonna take this little point and we're gonna make it kiss the center. All right. So we don't want to go over. Don't do this. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. You don't want to see how I'm over this line. Ooh, no. I want it to be right, just kissing it. Just a gentle little peck. All right. All right. You don't want to go too far. You might want to squish yours back a little bit. Okay. Don't go too far. And then really, really crease that guy. Good job. All right. You got yours creased?
Yep.
All right. So now turn your paper. And what are we you think we're gonna do now? We're gonna take this corner, do the same thing, but hey guys, don't go like this. You don't want paper touching paper. You want it touching the center, not touching anybody else. This is super important or you won't be able to open your fortune teller. Good job, ma'am. And I bet you guys know, yeah, you can even inspect it. Emmeline's inspecting hers to make sure that they're not touching. Okay, you don't want these 2 pieces of paper touching, right? If you notice on mine, I have a little tiny baby gap, right? That's a good thing, right? All right, so do you know what we're gonna do next, Em?
What?
What are we gonna do next?
You're going to bend the other side.
Right, we're gonna do the other corner, right? We're gonna do that other corner. So let's do that. We're gonna bring that other corner. Remember, don't let the papers touch. Barely touch the center. And give it a good smooch. Hey, check it out. If you guys needed to make an envelope,
There you go.
we have an envelope, right? You would just tape those together if you needed to make a little doo-doo. But we're not making an envelope. That's for another day, right? So we have one last pointy poo. Go straight towards the center. Make sure it's not touching anybody, but it is touching the center. Just like that. Let's see how Em's doing. She's doing good. You got it. Make sure that it's close. All right, let's get it a little closer, right? We gotta, now if you have bigger gaps like this, that's okay. You can always go back in and adjust a little bit. There we go. All right, so we've taken our square and what have we done?
We have bended it all.
We've bended it all, but we've also turned it into a what shape?
Square.
A square.
Tiny square.
we've turned it into a smaller square, right? It's a smaller square. All
I
right?
feel like I know this part again.
All right, she feels like she knows it. So what do you think you do?
I think we bend it again, maybe?
Close, close. Okay, so take this
Yeah.
and turn it over.
Oh, okay.
Now, do you see on mine where my dots used to be, where my lines used to be? Okay. All right, those are super important. We're gonna do the exact same thing we just did in this square. This paper can't go out of the square. So you take your corner,
Bend it again.
fold it again, staying inside those lines in each one. Don't let them touch anybody. If it touches its neighbor, it's not gonna work, right? We wanna get it close to our neighbor,
But not too close.
but not too close. Hey, you know what? This is an excellent pandemic thing, right? We don't want them,
Another one.
I would say 6 feet apart, but that would be too far for the fortune teller, right? Just make sure. See, and mine's a little wonky here. See, I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom in.
Donkey.
It is a wonky donkey, right? So mine's a little off. That's okay. I'm gonna, and you really, once you have this done, smush it down really good. Take your fingernail, really smash everything down. It's gonna help you. If you ever do origami, this is really, really important as well. To really smash. Ooh, I got Sharpie on my finger. It's gross. All right, now
Okay.
we have an even smaller square than what we started. Remember, we started out with a really big one, and we had a small one. Now we have a little baby one. All right, now take this guy.
Oh, I know.
Oh, Emmeline knows what to do.
I feel like.
You feel like you know what to do. All right, we're not gonna open it yet. We have to get it ready. So here is the triangle side. I flip it over on this side, and I fold it in half
Hold it.
and give it a good smush,
No, I don't like it.
right? And then I fold it in half the other way and give it a good smush. And this is where you might need your parents' help. After you smush, you can even fold it in half like that. Look, even smaller square.
Wow.
Right, I know that is small. All right, so now this is where you take your pinchers.
Yay.
Put two fingers up on this side and pinch them together. 2 fingers on this side, pinch together.
There we
La
go.
la la li la la li la la. Right? So then you have a fortune teller, right? Now you have the shell of the fortune tellers, but do you have the fortune? No. So we need to write the fortunes, right? So give me a minute. Let me get a pen and we can write some fortunes. All right, so we've done the building, so now we have to do the writing. So I have a pen. You could use a marker. You could use anything you want. I'm not going to use a Sharpie. I know you guys and I love Sharpies, but Sharpies are going to bleed through. If you notice where I give you the guidelines, see how you can see it? So if I write on this, you're going to be able to see it, and you don't want that. So this is the hard part. You can write on it like this, but that's going to be difficult. So what Emmeline's done, if she'll put it closer in the shot, she's
Okay.
flattened hers back out.
So I flatten mine back out, and
Yeah.
then you can do the number.
Well, let's start.
you want
Let's start on this side. So this is the part where you put your fingers in. Flip yours over. Flip yours over. All right, this is the easiest part. Now you don't have to do numbers. You don't have. You can do whatever you want. You could do colors. If you don't know how to spell, you can draw something. I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna go 1 on this one tab, 2 on the other tab. What comes after 2?
3.
3 and numero 4. Okay, now you don't have to do numbers, right? You could have colored red, pink, blue, green. Okay, you could have done anything. All right, so then flip it over.
Wow.
Now, how many triangles? On this side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. On this side, we have a bunch more
Yes.
because we have each one of these. I know that this shape is a triangle, but I'm talking about these, right?
We have 8, I think.
We have 8, that's right. So you know what I'm gonna do on this side? I'm gonna write colors. Emmeline, what are you gonna write? You could do numbers, you could do colors.
I don't know. I'm gonna probably think along the way.
All right, so I'm gonna write red. And then I'm gonna write orange. I'm gonna go rainbow.
Ooh, I'm gonna do animals.
Okay, yellow. Now do animals that you know how to spell. right? So Emmeline said she's going to do animals, but she needs to know how to spell them because this is important, right? Let's see, yellow. What comes after yellow? Green. What comes after green? Blue. Purple. I'm gonna go pink because I know there's someone out there that she said pink needs to be in the rainbow, and you know who I'm talking about. You know who you are.
What's another
Hold on. And then I'm gonna throw in some white just because I think white needs to be a very important color in everything. So I've got my colors. Emmeline is doing fish, dog, cat, bunny. What about bird?
Okay.
Right? So come up with what you want on both sides. You either do numbers, colors, words. Now remember, it has to be on each one of these individuals, okay? So do that and we'll come back and I'll show you the next step. So we have our numbers and our words, or like I said, you could do colors, whatever. So now you have to open these things up. See how they open up? And under each color, now I'm gonna show you a line here. This line right here is real important. You don't need to draw this line, but it might help you, to be honest. You need to write something, a fortune or a silly saying or something in each one of these spaces. Because when your friend or parent or anybody picks one of these, that's gonna be their fortune, right? So I like to write those lines because so I know where I can write and where I can't. Some of you get a little confused and then you just start gobbledygooking and writing a lot. So maybe under the word purple, I'll write, you will have good luck.
Okay.
Right? See how I kind of stayed in that space? And then under blue, I might write, watch out for, I don't know, for the
car that's gonna hit you.
Oh, that's terrible. For the rain. Maybe it's gonna rain soon in your future, right? Pink, we could write, you will win the lottery. Ooh, that's a fun one, right? Lottery. An A+ is coming soon. Ooh, that's a good one. All right, so you can write all your fortunes in here and then put it back together. Have to pinch it back like this. And then from here, you guys know what to do. Your friend says, Emmeline, pick a number.
I'll pick number 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. And then she has to pick a color.
Let's see, I'll pick green.
Green. Pick a color.
Let's do blue.
Blue. She picked blue, so I'm going to lift it up. And it says, watch out for the rain.
It doesn't look like it's going to rain, but
It doesn't look like it's going to rain. It might rain tonight. So these are fortune tellers, cootie catchers, or puppets. So like I said, if you wanted to make a puppet, right? And I'm just going to do this real quick with my pen. I'm going to, watch. I don't know if I can do this very well. I can draw an eye. Whoa. There's one eye. And then smash this guy down. Let's see if I can do it on here. These kinds of pens are not good.
Not at all good.
Look at that action, right? So you could turn this into a talking puppet, right? So enjoy your day. This one's for Benny. Shout out to Benny. And we'll talk to you later. Bye. Or bye.
Bye-bye.